Hello everyone, welcome to Everything Arsenal. Time for my Premier League predictions. I've left this one very late, mainly because I wanted to see whether Kane was going to stay at Tottenham or not. And also where Caicedo is going to end up at. We still don't know where Caicedo is going to end up at, whether it's Chelsea or Liverpool. But we have a clear picture of what I think is going to happen this one. So let's go through it quickly. Predictions, top scorers, young players of the year, surprise package of the season, all that. So 20th, I have gone for Sheffield United, finished 20th. They sold their top scorer. They've not really bought anyone at all. I think they will struggle a lot this season. I don't think they're going to use the same tactic they used last time they came to the Premier League with a different coach. You know, they had like full backs coming into center backs going forward and stuff. It was a crazy system during that time 3 years ago. I think it was 3 years ago. But this time I reckon they will struggle. I've gone for Sheffield to finish 19th. Luton, everyone has put them bottom. I was trying to find a way to put them outside the top three, but just to be different, but I couldn't, man. I absolutely couldn't. They only scored 57 goals last season. That's not enough in the league. You'll have to add to your goals in the Premier League. Some games you really need to score goals and win. Some games you're going to concede 2 or 3. You're going to have to score 4 to win the game. So I think they'll struggle in terms of goals. So 9. I don't think they'll break the record like Derby's season and finish with 11 points. No, I think they'll still like get to 20 something or even 30. But I think they'll struggle overall. So 19th for Luton. The last team to go out. Nottingham Forest, I've gone for them 18th. Second season syndrome. I mean, last season I said the same thing about Brentford second season syndrome. They absolutely threw that opinion out of the door, out of the window, because they did very well once again. This is on the Nottingham Forest again. Way too many players. I do like the likes of Gibbs White and Brian Johnson and Awani last season finished the season very well, but I'm going to go with them at 18th. The teams that will just be scared for the whole season, but will survive in the final days. Fulham will finish 17th for me. I put them there because I thought Mitrovic was going to leave. Mitrovic is still there, so it depends if he stays and he like he's happy and stuff. I think they could finish like 15th or something, but I'm going for 17th for Fulham. Everton, I've put them in 16th. Many people are predicting them to go down because they've really been struggling the last 3 seasons. I think they'll survive again. I think they'll be like 18th, 19th, 17th for most of the season, and then boom, all of a sudden in the final 3-4 weeks, as they always do, they pick up some big wins and eventually finish 16th. I've gone for Wolves at 15th. Many people think they won't survive. I had them like around 16th, but they got a new coach in Gary O'Neill recently. I think they'll just survive because of the quality. They've let a lot of players go, Neves, Jimenez, Traore. But I think those Portuguese players' quality overall, I think they'll get it after all. They'll get enough points, especially at home. So 15th for Wolves. Bournemouth, I've put them in 14th. I like the likes of Solanke and the likes of Billing, and they bought a couple of players as well. So I've gone for them at 14th. Bournemouth. West Ham, 13th. We do know as Arsenal fans, we want them to get relegated, but I think they still have some really good players, the team, Bowen and Ben Drama, and they're bringing in the likes of obviously Maguire in defense. I think he'll do okay, but obviously in the forward line they are bringing in Ward-Prowse in the midfield. I think he'll do well as well, and they will probably bring in a couple of more players. So West Ham to finish 13th, Crystal Palace to finish 12th. This is basically where Crystal Palace finish every single season: 11th, 12th, 13th. I think they'll finish there once again. Zaha has left, but the last season they didn't really depend on Zaha that much. The likes of Eze and Olise became very good. Olise might still leave, but I think the likes of Eze could prove themselves this one. So 12 for Crystal Palace. Brentford have gone with 11th for them. They're missing 20 for around 5-6 months. I think they can still pick up clean sheets. They're very good in terms of picking up clean sheets despite losing the likes of Raya. I think the likes of Ben Mee and Boemo up front. I think Mee could do the job defensively. The likes of Henry and obviously Boemo up front, and Visa cannot be underrated as well. So 10th, 11th for Brentford. 10th, I've gone for Burnley to finish in 10th. Like I really like their style of play. They were scoring a bunch of goals last season. Burnley is a Premier League team. Like even them going out was a surprise. The style of football they used to play is not the style of football they play right now. And I really do like Vincent Kompany as a manager. I'd be very surprised. Obviously, things could go wrong and Burnley lose the first 15 games and Kompany is sacked by October. That could happen, but I don't reckon. But that is my surprise package of the season. Burnley to finish 10th. 9th, I have gone for Brighton. I don't think the European football will affect them that much, but just the teams in front of them, I think will be a little bit strong, and obviously letting go of players like Caicedo and McAllister, they probably will get replacements and they'll still finish in the top 10. I think that is good. That's only dropped by how many positions? Like 2 or 3. That's not that bad. Tottenham have gone for them in 8th. Kane has left. I think they'll struggle for goals. I still fancy the likes of Maddison and Son to do well, but in terms of overall, they will consider a lot of goals. I still don't like Tottenham's defense, and obviously their goalkeeping as well. I don't really like it as well. So I've gone for Tottenham to finish 8th. They will probably pick up a win against Man City as always, and but the games like at home to West Ham, and those games like at home to Chelsea, away to Liverpool, those are the kind of games I always see Liverpool. Tottenham losing. And I think it's more of the same this season once again, and now they'll struggle for goals without Kane. 7th, I'm going to go for Aston Villa. I had them higher than that. I think I like Aston Villa for this. Musa Diaby signing, very, very good signing. Pau Torres at the back as well, and I really do genuinely like Watkins. Buendia unfortunately picked up an ACL injury. I don't know how much that is going to affect them, but up front, Watkins, Diaby, I think they'll not struggle for goals. So 7th for Aston Villa, and obviously their manager very good. 6th, I've gone for Chelsea. They're looking likely to sign Caicedo. If they don't sign him, I actually had them like in 7th, but just in case they sign him, I've put them in 6th. Even in Caicedo and Enzo Fernandez, I'm not sure about the likes of Sterling yet. I mean, unless Mudryk, I think he's played well in prison, unless he hits the ground running in the Premier League and Nicholas Jackson starts scoring those goals in the Premier League, I think the James stays fit. Most importantly, Chilwell stays fit. I think they could get back to European positions. And if everything works out and they probably add another 2 players before the window closes, obviously they could be like 4th or 5th. But 6th for Chelsea for now. I've gone for Newcastle 5th. They've brought in Harvey Barnes, Tonali. They still have Joe Linton, who was very confident last season. They still have Wilson and Isaac. None of them has left, especially Wilson is staying put. Almiron as well. I think they're not going to struggle for goals. Defensively, they were very good last season with Trippier and Botman and all those guys. I think that they will have games that they're going to be helped by the likes of Almiron and Wilson up front and win 3-2, 4-3. But some games they're going to be really good defensively and end up winning like 1-0 or something. So 5th for Newcastle. I've gone for Man United, finish 4th in the Premier League table. I'm still worried about their striking situation. Obviously, Højlund can only play like 1 game in a week, but last season Man United are very good defensively despite De Gea leaving. They will keep a few clean sheets here and there, and they had a good home record last season. I think they could have the same again this season. And I don't think this one they're going to have those bad results where they lose 4-0, 6-3, 7-0. I don't think they'll have that many. Maybe 1 this season, but I can see it happening more regularly this season for their sake. Hopefully it doesn't happen, but for us as rival fans, hopefully they get smashed every single week. So 4th for Man United. 3rd, I've gone for Liverpool. I think defensively they concede a lot of goals. I think it will be like back in the 2013-2014 Liverpool, where they are conceding 3 goals and Suarez and Sturridge scoring 4 and 5, and they're winning 5-3, 5-4, 4-3. I think there's going to be a lot of that this season. And Trent going into the midfield position, I like Salah, Jota, Diaz, all these guys. I think they'll get 3rd. And if they end up getting Caicedo, they could be in the title race. So 3rd for Liverpool. So down to the same 2 teams from last season. Listen, I don't care. I am going to go for it. Arsenal to win the Premier League title. Can we get a confirmation?
Here we go.
Here we go. Arsenal to win the Premier League title. Fabrizio Romano's confirmed it. 2nd in the Premier League table. I am going to go with Manchester City as a 2nd on the Premier League table. Obviously, they could still win it the 4th time as well. I'm not saying that they've sold players and they're going to go down. No, like Vardy, they're still going to add more quality. But I really believe in my team this season. Adding Declan Rice and Tim and all those guys. I'm confident to say that the only team that can finish above Arsenal this season is Man City. That is how I feel. Man City 2nd. And then 1st, I am going to go for Arsenal. As I've already said, big season for us. If we can win the Premier League title. I mean, some Rivals fans have said last season was our only chance. And I don't feel like that. This season, I could agree with you slightly because by next season, I think the likes of Newcastle will start buying players and all that. So I feel like this one is one of the like seasons why we are favorites amongst Man City to win the Premier League title, and it's never been that for a long time. Like Arsenal have never been like amongst the favorites to win the Premier League title for years. So Arsenal finished up. Surprise package, I've gone for Burnley, as I've said. As I've said already, I like their manager and stuff. Underperformance, I'm going to go for Fulham. I've gone for them to finish 17th. Top scorers, I've gone for Haaland, finished top as always. Salah second. I think it's going to have a good season, and Watkins third from Aston Villa. Most assists, yes, I've gone for Salah to be second in goals and first in assists. I think he's going to have another explosive season. So Salah finished up in terms of assists. How many assists? Maybe not that many like De Bruyne usually has. So I'm looking at maybe 15 assists from Salah, Maddison around 13 or something, and then De Bruyne almost the same. Obviously, De Bruyne usually gets this award, so don't be surprised if De Bruyne gets like 16 or 17 or maybe even 20. In terms of goals, Haaland will not get 30-something, but he could easily get like another 26 or something. Salah around 24, and then Watkins, I think he will get to 20. Player of the year, I'm going to go for Salah. I think, as I say, top scorer assist is going to have a big season for them, and Liverpool are going to concede goals, and the goals that they're going to score is going to help a lot because Salah will be involved a lot. Young player of the year, I've gone for my guy, Bukayo Saka. Incredible player. I predicted him in the Arsenal predictions to get at least, like in all competitions, 20 goals and at least 10 assists. That will take him to like 30 goal contributions. That will be big. Who will win the cup competitions? Now, I have gone for Manchester City to win the FA Cup, especially if they don't win the league. I think they'll definitely win a cup somewhere, maybe even two. So Man City to win the FA Cup. I have gone for Arsenal this time to win the Carabao Cup. I think we'll definitely win a trophy this season. It might not be the Premier League. I think we'll definitely win a trophy this season to add to the Emirates Cup and the Community Shield, mainly because we have a squad. We can now afford to play the likes of Trossard and Havertz and Nelson and Smith-Rowe and maybe even Timber, Ben White, Kivio, Jorginho, all of them like in the Carabao Cup. We've never really had a squad like that. So I'm going to go for Arsenal to win the Carabao Cup. Champions League, no, I've not gone for Arsenal. I've gone for Real Madrid once again. Bellingham, Vinicius, all those guys very good. I'm hoping that Arsenal at least get to the quarterfinal this time round. I've seen some people saying, there's not many teams that can get like into Arsenal's level and all that in the Champions League, but I never know. This is the first time you're back, and it's not easy. Like even playing against teams like Club Brugge, where you never know. So I'm going to go with Arsenal to at least reach the quarterfinal. Brighton to win, not to win, but to finish in the last, to get to the last 16 of the Europa League. Not sure about the winners, not going to predict that one. Who's in the Europa League? I mean, it could be one of those teams. I don't even know who's in the Europa League, man, but maybe a team that is coming out to the Champions League or dropping out to the Champions League and going to the Europa League. I'm not going to predict a winner for that. So I'm just going to go as Brighton will reach the last 16 because these are Premier League predictions. And also in terms of Roma in the Europa League, right? I'm just going to go for Roma. Roma will probably win it because of Mourinho. And then Aston Villa to get to the quarterfinal at least of the Conference League. They could easily win it in terms of qualities of the teams right there. But I'm going to go for Aston Villa to reach the quarterfinal. And then once again, the team that is dropping off out of the Europa League will probably win that competition as well. So those are my Premier League predictions. Let me know yours. Thank you for watching. I'll catch up with you on the next one.